Hello, welcome to tonight's episode of the Group Therapy Podcast. Brandon is back.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody. So, last week he was doing some pen and paper RPGing. Mm-hmm. RPGing? Is that a word?
I think so, yeah.
It's role playing, so RPGing. It's got to be a word. So, as I look at Tina off camera, who just nods her head.
No idea.
But tonight's episode, as always, is brought to you by RU Game, the best video game, comic book, magic, movie, toy store, and all of Piqua, Ohio. At 124 North Sunset Drive, Piqua, Ohio.
Come in, man, and buy stuff from us. you need to get money for my hoagies.
You remember Rogies,
I like pickle on top ice cream, too.
Right?
There's an actual thing he ate in, like, one of the early episodes.
He always loved putting anchovies on stuff.
Anchovies, pickles. He always eats, like... Joe brought this up, but Shaggy is not meant to be a hippie. He's more of a beatnik.
Well, yeah, he's a beatnik. Well, the thing is he's a beatnik because Scooby Doo came from the Many Loves of Dobie Gillis. Because the original Shaggy was Bob Denver Gilligan. I didn't know this until recently, and somebody showed the picture of it, and I was like, what? No, yeah, okay, shit, it is. My bad.
I was watching a documentary on, like, some, like, on, like how Scooby Doo was, like, created and the history of it. The ultimate end goal of the documentary was to talk about Scrappy, but it dove into the history as sort of like a preface to begin talking about Shaggy. And it's
Scrappy? You mean?
Yeah. Well, it's like the name Scooby Doo came from Frank Sinatra.
Scooby Dooby Doo.
Strangers
in the Night.
Yeah, it's because they one of the guys who helped make the show just liked that song a lot.
Well, it's Frank Sinatra, so how do you not like Frank Sinatra?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm a metal guy and I like Frank Sinatra. Shit. So
I'm just saying Frank Sinatra almost killed Woody Allen.
Yeah. The only thing it took was Mia Farrow going, no. We got Vince back here being goofy. All right, bud. So, but we haven't talked about Scooby-Doo in a while. We used to talk Scooby-Doo at least once per episode. We had people had to point that out to us because there was a reference to Scooby-Doo in every episode. So
we stopped for a while.
Yeah.
But now it's back.
Now it's back.
Scooby-Doo reference back.
Yep. Hey, Vince.
This is a throwback episode.
Or I'm going to turn it off. Okay. But yeah, throwback episode to Scooby-Doo. References to Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Scoobert Doobert.
Well, we were doing it earlier before we got on film. We were doing Batman. We were doing Mr. Freeze as Shaggy and...
Like, you know what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
Ice Age. Mr. Freeze.
Like, I'm gonna put you on ice, Batman. Like, chill out, man.
Oh, god dang it. If we had somebody that sounded like Freddy, we'd be in good shape.
Just need to get Frank Welker on the show.
Frank Welker, who
I love that Fred is just like...
That's just his natural speaking voice. And his voice is only changed a little bit. But I always think it was funny that when they wanted him to come back to voice Megatron in the Michael Bay ones, but they said his voice had changed too much, so he didn't sound like Megatron. But then
he voices Megatron in the games still, and
then he voices Megatron in the later movies, because Hugo Weaving only did the one movie. But
I'm just saying,
we had Agent Smith being Megatron.
Speaking of the Bay movies, that first one ain't so bad.
Well,
and then they just got worse and worse.
Oh my god, that second one's horrible. The second one's horrible. But we can all agree Bumblebee is the best. Because Bumblebee has Gen 1 Transformers in it. that look like Gen 1 Transformers.
That's just because you're an old man.
I am an old
Who likes to clap when he sees things from his childhood.
Yes, I do.
There's no shame. There's no shame.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Because people go, oh, you know, things in the 80s sucked, man, because you had, you know, Reaganomics and you had the Cold War and stuff like that. I'm like,
Reaganomics sucked.
I didn't.
You know what? Reaganomics sucked.
Reaganomics! Fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on Robot Chicken. Well, the thing is, though, is you know, look at the rose-covered glasses. I watch...
You love media from the 80s.
Oh, dude, yeah. Well, I love...
You're not necessarily a fan of the 80s as the decade itself.
No, I love the toys. I love the comic books. I love the cartoons. I love the music. I love the movies. I love a lot of stuff from the 80s. Literally, I mean, we watch cartoons at the shop on Saturdays, and this Saturday it was Saber Rider and the Star Sheriffs, and then after that it was Bionic 6. That's
gonna segue into something else. Recently, a big game that Joe has gotten into playing recently. You may know it as the Fortnite.
Fortnite?
What the hip new kids are playing.
Okay.
Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe is now currently a playable character.
This is what we were joking around. We were joking around about this because I have not played Fortnite. I don't want to play Fortnite. I have no desire to play Fortnite.
But now you do.
But no. This is the funny part. Is we make fun of having an Alexa and a smart TV and your phone is
literally picked up.
Yeah, you have all these things that listen to you all the time, and I was like, what it is the people that made Fortnite are trying their hardest to get me to play Fortnite.
They got Terminator.
No. This is what it is. It's like they're sitting around one day and they're like, "Hey, that guy's not playing Fortnite. Him and his son sit there every Friday and they've been watching The Mandalorian. Put The Mandalorian in." Hey, he's still not playing? Shit. You know what? They love Predator. Put Predator in. Is he playing? Still not playing? Shit. Okay. They love Terminator. I see him and his son talking about... I've seen him watch Terminator. Well, put Terminator and Sarah Connor in there. Are they playing? No. No? Really? Not yet? Shit. We need this guy. I don't know why. Pan the camera around on the Alexa. See, there's a lot of G.I. Joe shit in the background. You know
Snake Eyes.
Put Snake Eyes in there. Let's see if he can not play this one. Oh, I'm not playing it still. But I want that Fortnite Snake Eyes though.
You want the toy?
I want the toy. They go with my Snake Eyes that's over there on the shelf.
Yeah, I'll be honest, it's a really cool design.
And the thing is, all he is a repaint of the one I've got already. So
yeah.
And as bad is that I have the G.I. Joe Classifieds, and then I have the G.I. Joe Retro line Snake Eyes over there. And thanks to Jay Cordray, oh man, I tell you what, good sir, sent me Destro for the 3 1/4 inch Retro line. I did not have yet. Now I have 2 of those.
Okay.
So now I just need Scarlet and Roadblock, so I can get those complete over there. I'm bad. I want those, but I have never been able to get to a Target when they've actually ever had a G.I. Joe Classified.
The closest Target is like
cheaper.
Jeez,
it's like 35 minutes away from here.
Jeez,
yeah,
and that's taking the highway.
Yes, that's flat flying. So
that's dad speed.
That's dad.
If you dad drives like a maniac. If you're on the road at the same time as dad, you better pray. I
don't drive like a maniac. I drive fast, and I got to get where I need to go because I need to get there now.
I don't know. This is the same guy who sped down a dark country road, going down the wrong side of the road because this one guy would not let you pass. And there's a pair of headlights on.
Oh yeah. That's when we were coming home from the movies one night, wasn't it? Yep.
This is the same Paul that puts it regularly.
Yep.
Puts his vehicle at risk.
Hey. Usually, if there's somebody else in the car, I watch it. But sometimes I'm not gonna lie. I have a horrible road rage.
I inherited it from him.
So
I'm not as bad, but I also get really bad road rage. I will be like screaming in my car. I'll be just like,
although I'm not gonna lie, I'm a damn good driver though. I remember a couple winters ago, I was driving from Troy to Piqua, and I hit a patch of ice, and I was talking to your grandma on the phone because she called. I spun the van completely around, got it under control, and continued down the road, and never once dropped the phone call.
I once hit a patch of ice in Piqua, hitting the road to South Downing over by where... Oh, Vince.
No, go ahead. I got it.
I once hit the patch of ice going in over by South Downing. My car just drifts like a... Like a Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. Everyone else in the car is flipping their lids like, oh shit. But according to Joe, who was sitting in the passenger seat, I was just sitting there stone faced the whole time, just like internally it was like, oh.
I used to love it because I could always just slide into my parking spot in front of our house on South Downing. Just slide right in, sideways. And then it was funny because I'd get out and look at some people, and people just staring at me like Tokyo Drift. Walk back in the house.
Just need
no, I'm not drifting, I'm just sliding.
Just get yourself a Truno and become a tofu delivery driver.
Yeah. So, all right. We were going to talk about, right now, with Marvel now having the rights to
make
Predator and Alien. We're getting the Alien versus covers right now, and then they just offered Alien recently in previews. And then the Predator ones is coming later. But I want to put together like the first team that's going to come across, and then the team that needs to go after the aliens.
So it's right now we're talking Marvel versus Aliens right now.
Yeah. I think probably the first team that'll meet up with them in the comics is going to be the Starjammers. It's always the Starjammers. It'll be Starjammers. Then the Guardians of the Galaxy will confront them. Then the Guardians will come to Earth and be like, "Hey, this shit's headed your way." So, and I was sitting. We were talking before this all started. I was like, "What's going to happen is that like Hulk's going to smash one of them, or Ben Grimm's going to punch one of them." And is just going to splatter acid all over him, and he's going to be like, Reed! And like, as the rocks melt away.
That's my favorite hand! No!
That's my clobbering hand! Pow. It's clobbering time. Ah, man.
If you don't like Ben Grimm, you're wrong.
Ben Grimm is one of the best Marvel characters ever. He's one of the ones that they've like gave a lot of personality to. They gave
He's an everyman. He's cool. He's Jewish.
Well,
something a lot of people don't remember.
Yeah. He's yeah. Well,
that's one of the things that really rubbed me the wrong way about some of the advertising for the Fantastic movie. Is that it showed him a lot of the advertising, a lot of the marketing, like he was doing very decisively things you're not supposed to do under Judaism.
I just think I don't know. I know some people who think that's a good movie. I think it's a bad movie. It's dull. I actually want to see the cut that we were supposed to get, because all the footage that's in the trailer that does not appear in the movie, like Ben Grimm being dropped from an airplane, like a bomb. We didn't get that. We didn't get the Fantastic Car. We didn't get the Herbie. We didn't get, him on the run and stuff like that. But I don't know.
Joe and I were talking about this. I honestly think the best way to do a Fantastic Four movie is to remember what Fantastic Four is supposed to be. You don't need to be like this hardcore, edgy Fantastic Four movie. You should honestly make something family friendly.
Oh yeah, because
like
it's always
PG or G would be like perfect, like, because it's literally they're a family. I mean, like there's the Incredibles,
Yeah.
The Incredibles is like the best Fantastic Four movie ever made.
Yeah, well, and it literally is. You know, the Fantastic Four has always been a family book, always, and I like what they're doing with it right now. Is they're really embracing that family aspect. You know, some writers have kind of lost touch with that and stuff. Like, you know, when they tried to with the whole thing when they gave, oh my god, when in the 90s when they gave Sue that horrible freaking bikini costume. You know, that was just bad. And with what they got going on now, with spoiler alert, I mean this has been going on for a while, so it's nothing new. So unless you're not reading Fantastic Four, which you're probably not going to read Fantastic Four after we do this, but with Franklin's powers being all wonky, and
I saw that panel out of context, and it's absolutely hilarious. Because Franklin Richards is just sitting here like, man, I'm going to go visit, Professor X. See what he has to say. The Professor X just shows up immediately and is like, no, screw you, Franklin Richards. You're not a real mutant. You just made yourself think you were a mutant with your weird
reality warping
powers. You were never a mutant. You're not allowed to come to my cool island for mutant people. And then he fades away, and it's just like Franklin Richards is just like.
But the worst part about it is they literally just had the big crossover, the Fantastic Four versus X-Men, where they were fighting over Franklin Richards having rights to the island and stuff like that. But I don't know. But I love the whole aspects right now with what's going on with him, and you know, the fact that they've kind of made you know. The Reed Richards was always kind of weird and distant and stuff like that. Was they basically implied that he has Asperger's, and he's super genius with Asperger's and stuff like that. They retro-conned that one, so
that's been a character tribute for like Reed Richards since the dawn of his creation.
But they finally went and he's got Asperger's, so but. The Fantastic Four are gonna have to deal with the aliens, the xenomorphs. But we were sitting there, we've all been talking about this because we want the
Johnny's just like they don't like fire.
No,
just like lights himself on fire. The xenomorphs now hate him. Just do not want to be near him. He's just like,
yep.
Like you just hear screeching, like just like as they like. Barely approach him and then immediately back off, and he's just like on fire.
Well, I always loved the issues where like they would go to like ice planets, or they would go to the Arctic or the Antarctic, and Johnny's just walking around like a pair of shorts, a t-shirt, because he's with Torch. He doesn't have to do anything.
He's just like,
I'm warm. I don't care. But no, the one I can't wait for is when they finally introduce the Predators to the MCU.
So we will finally get Kraven versus Predator.
I want Kraven versus the Predator, and we're gonna get. I want like a team, like them to go. Hey, we need a Savage Avengers team. So it's gonna be like Conan.
Conan versus Predator.
Yeah, we're gonna get that. You know we are. So we're gonna get like Conan, like Deadpool, Wolverine, maybe Elektra. Punisher, Punisher would be great because Punisher would out Predator the Predator, because they're gonna get the Predator's gonna get like would try to get Punisher down, and you grab him, and Punisher would have like a landmine strapped to his chest like he's done before, have the Claymore strapped to his But then you know that there's going to be, like you said, Dr. Doom is going to be like, hey, that's some fancy technology you have over there. It'd be a shame if something happened to it. It's mine now. And then,
Dr. Doom's just sitting there, and then something...
And then you have stealth technology suit for Dr. Doom.
He's like, Richards, what you going to do now?
Oh my god! and the thing is, though, is, you're going to have the Avengers versus the Predators, and you're going to have the X-Men versus the Predators. But,
well, now they can finally have X-Men versus Xenomorphs. And not the Brood.
Yeah, not the Brood. So we can have the Brood teaming up with the Xenomorphs. In some weird way. They're
Brood, also known as not Xenomorphs.
Not Xenomorphs. See, I loved it because I posted the other day on our
we talked about this right around when it was first announced. When you brought up that they were doing variant covers that were of classic
they did
Brood
the X-Force
storylines.
Yeah. They did the tribute to the X-Men on an issue of X-Force, and it's the
old. It's in the style of that old issue.
Yeah, except
where
for
the Brood would be, it's Xenomorphs.
Yep, I posted that on our Twitter and our it should be on Twitter and our Instagram page. So you can go look at the pictures of that on our Twitter and Instagram page. Boom. Mm-hmm. All right, but I can't wait for that. I think that's gonna be a fun, because
it's gonna be silly, but in a good way.
We've had Aliens and Predator fighting. We've
had Archie versus Predator.
DC forever now. Mm-hmm. So, you had Punisher versus Archie too.
Mm-hmm. Well, he didn't fight Archie. He fought a guy who looked like Archie. And honestly, that comic's still good. You can go back and read it.
Yep.
It's funny.
So, but
it's a really silly crossover, but it's actually really good.
Oh yeah, it is. It is a.
It's something that it knows what it is. It's fully self-aware.
It's definitely something that shouldn't have worked at all.
But it did.
And it did well. And you're just like, hell yeah.
It's what started the trend of funny, weird crossovers.
Oh, yeah. Well, I would love to see...
I love the tagline on the cover where it's like, the crossover you thought would never happen. The Punisher and Archie wish you were right.
Hey, we got Punisher versus Eminem, so... Yep.
I forgot him.
Yep.
Oh my god, now I'm remembering that freaking video of him, freestyling or whatever. Where he's like, it's fine for me just to grab a... Reaches towards the camera even. And it's just like, how did he have a career? Eminem is like the funniest rapper. He's just unintentional. I'm not sure if it's a bit. It's like a long-running bit he's doing.
Well, I don't know. I know people that think he's the greatest thing that's ever lived, and I'm like, he's okay.
I'm not a big Eminem guy.
He's just okay. It's not my thing, not my cup of tea. I'm not a hip hop. I am,
I love Run DMC.
Well, yeah. Who doesn't?
If you don't like Run DMC, you're wrong.
Yeah, you're allowed to like Run DMC, LL Cool J.
Like a little bit of DMX. He's fine, but I like a little bit of Biggie.
Ludacris. Luda.
Here I am.
Wu-Tang.
The whitest guy in the room.
My favorite thing though is
her face is red from all the laughing.
When right during the elections there were signs going around that says presidents are temporary, Wu-Tang is forever.
Yes.
Wu-Tang.
Have you ever heard of the weird Wu-Tang fighting game?
Yeah.
That came out?
Yeah.
I want to play that.
I have it at the shop. I think it's just disc only, but I have a copy of it.
I want to play it. It's fun. It looks funny.
You can play as Method Man, Ghostface Killer. You can play as RZA.
Yeah, they got weird MK fatalities, but it's funny at the same
Well, I think if I'm not mistaken, how we got the Wu-Tang game is why we didn't get Thrill Killers.
Oh.
So, for those that don't know, Thrill Killers was a video game that got banned in the United States.
Well, then, I think Thrill Killers just flat out canceled.
Well, I'm not 100%, but I think that's what it ended up becoming the Wu-Tang game. So
I'd have to look up the story.
Hey, you know what the greatest fighting game of all time is?
Tattoo Assassins?
No.
Featuring featuring a freaking ripoff of Nightwolf, Billy Two Moons, who predates Nightwolf by a couple years.
Fight Club. But he has
with Fred Durst
and Abraham Lincoln.
Because of like a throwaway line in the movie, they made Abraham. That game is bad, but it's a fun bad.
Oh my god! Watching them when they would punch and break legs and break arms and stuff like that, and it would all go into slow motion in the X-ray. It's like snap, and you'd see the break. I just think it's weird that became. That's everything that Fight Club is against in the movie. It's about commercialism and all that stuff, but
what we should, if you wanted to make a Fight Club game, should have been like a weird psychological like horror game where like you're in the mind, like the headspace of Edward Norton.
You got to deal with everything. You could still fight in it because you'd have to go through those levels where you'd have to fight.
Yeah,
but
like maybe like a, but I think it should be like a first person. You're in the shoes of Ed Norton's character. There should be like a variety of things, and like of course, final battle against Durden.
Yep. Shoot yourself in the mouth.
You're just like.
But
and there's a secret alternate ending where Durden wins.
Well, then you can get the book. You can get the book and the version instead of the movie version.
I know the guy who wrote the book actually likes the movie ending better.
Yeah. He there for a while. I was reading a bunch of his stuff, and the only one I haven't read is I got one that's sitting at the shop, and I really need to read it. It's his horror novel that he wrote, and I really like Choke and stuff like that.
I love that nobody gets what Fight Club. It's like you got all these guys who don't get it, and they make it part of their identity. Like, oh man, I'm so cool. I'm like that guy in Fight Club, and it's like it's a criticism of that lifestyle, of that uber masculinity.
It's about destroying yourself to try to get things, commercialism that you give up and you keep,
It's the same people that don't get Fallout. They're like, don't mess with Fallout fans. We worship the ideologies that these games are criticizing.
No, it's people that still idolize the Joker from the Joker movie.
The Jehoka, baby.
Oh my god. So
I don't think of anybody. It's not the Joker movie that they idolize. It's just like the Joker in general, which is weird. It's they. Oh my god! I just remembered. Joe and I saw a real life Joker and Harley Quinn when we went to the gas station. Didn't wear a mask, of course. This Joker was not wearing a mask.
That's
damaged is right. It was Suicide Squad Joker, which is even funnier. It was Jared Leto Joker.
So he's like, I'm gonna have that.
And Harley was Suicide Squad Harley as well.
Margot Robbie.
Like I don't know this. I don't know who was dressing up, but you did not wear a mask, so therefore I am allowed to make fun of you for being stupid because you didn't wear a mask.
Now we get. Oh my god! You always get the girls who are like, I want to be like Harley Quinn and the Joker. No, you don't. If you want the perfect relationship, if you want your relationship to be like a comic book, you get the one, you want to be like Gomez and Morticia, which is a great one, don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But if you want to be a relationship, you want Peter and MJ. You want Spider-Man and Mary Jane. Because that dude is going to destroy reality sooner or later to get his marriage back. They're
going to undo One More Day.
Hey, Thank God. They're going to undo reality just because their love is that freaking strong. So
I was going to say, nobody liked One More Day. One More Day sucks.
Though, the funny part about it is One More Day is the 4 books that I have because I have them signed by Joe Quesada. I have them signed and I have them remarked and all that stuff, so I have artwork on the covers and shit. So I actually have like really high-end copies of One More Day.
One More Day of all things.
Oh yeah, gotta love One More Day, even though it's just so weird
and bad.
Yeah, but I love the fact that they had a whole comic book series that did away with that. You had Amazing Spider-Man: Renew Your Vows, which spun out of the Spider-Man Secret Wars universe. it's where Spider-Man and MJ, their daughter they stayed married. Their daughter's born. She becomes a superhero onto her own.
We get Mayday Parker. Is it Mayday Parker?
It's not different from the.
It's different from Mayday.
Different from Spider Girl. So, but yeah, it's pretty good, and it's a pretty good run. It lasts, I think, like 18 issues, I believe. I'm not 100%.
I just know everybody likes MJ as MJ's costume. Mm-hmm. People like the redhead in the skin tight suit.
Oh man, I'm reading right now. They had the keep going. I'll give me 1 second.
You can't just.
Yeah,
I'd say time and time again, I have no charisma. I can't carry this show by myself.
you can carry the show by yourself. You're gonna carry the show by yourself.
It's just like.
Take like 2 seconds.
I have no one to bounce off of.
I'm just
you don't want just me.
So you need to be right here. I need to grab some comic books that I put off to the side.
90s. Ooh,
90s.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Snake Eyes versus Scarlet, the G.I. Joe. No.
That's early 2000s right there.
Nah, that is.
Mid-2000s.
The
new High Republic stuff.
King of Black.
Snake Eyes.
God-awful Snake Eyes, Rob Liefeld artwork. It's fucking horrible.
That's Rob Liefeld?
That is
legit?
Rob Liefeld, yeah. And look at that gun. In his hands. It just looks horrible. And nobody's arm looks like that. I mean,
it starts off fine up here. You know, you're like, all right. It starts off fine. And it just starts falling apart as time goes on. As you start looking down.
There it is. Gwenom versus Carnage. Where the King in Black storyline, where Gwenom, her symbiote, is from her universe.
You don't want to block that mic.
It's not connected to the to his universe, and so he infects Gwenom's Mary Jane, so she becomes Carnage. So it's Carnage who's actually Mary Jane from Gwenom or from Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider's universe. So
it's like so what you're saying is.
Yeah, well, yeah, yep. Oh, and I want to acknowledge this. This is the big controversy right now on Hulk, Immortal Hulk, number 43, with the
spoilers.
No. We're gonna do the. It's been recalled due to anti-Semitic.
Oh no.
Yeah, because of this scene right there, boom. And people don't realize how hard it is to write backwards, and he misspelled jewelry, and it says jewelry, and it's got he's come out and said it was a mistake, so I will give him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, there was other ones that have made it, but now this book's going stupid, which it'll probably do the exact same thing that X-Men Gold #1 did, where it'll be hot for like a minute and then it'll wear down.
Saying is
because it's recalled, but nobody's gonna send them back. No one's ever sent them back.
Nope.
I have the recalled issue of Wolverine, which is it's supposed to say the killer known as Sabretooth, but instead it has a derogatory term towards Jewish people.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah, that was a misprint back in mid '90s, I want to believe.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it went out to all the stores, and there for a long time that was stupid expensive, and now it's easy to come by, but oh my god!
It's because they'll hold on to it thinking it's going to be hot shit.
Yep.
And then everyone holds on to it thinking it's going to be hot shit, but then because everyone's got it, it's not expensive.
No. Oh man. I'm sorry, I'm sitting over here yawning. I'm not even tired. But you said you want to talk about we're thinking about doing the
yes,
filming us playing some D&D
campaign.
Yes.
A campaign. I've talked about it a bit in the past, but you were talking about not you don't want to DM.
Mm-hmm.
You know how finding a DM is hard because no one wants to DM. I've been wanting to GM something like this for a while. A little bit of, like I talked about it before. It's like the whole like I want to little bit of a homebrew up a Call of Cthulhu campaign, where it's not in the Cthulhu mythos, but it's still stuff that's like heavily inspired by it, but it's sort of like own setting kind of deal. I've talked to Joe about it. I don't know if I've talked to you about it, but I have a start and end for it. I have a bunch of ideas for it, but essentially is if big part of the Lovecraft setting is like the New England, like, you know, dockside, like, something like the kind of horror I think is I think would really benefit from like a Lovecraft style horror is backwoods Midwest.
Well, there's also those those guys that do the Gods of Appalachia. So, yeah, I mean,
I think it's Appalachia.
Appalachia.
But I wanted to have like a thing where, as originally, the players will be like the only thing bringing them together is that they're some kind of documentary crew, like Blair Witch style, like they're a ragtag.
All right,
documentary crew.
Hold on a second. We're gonna go to a break, and I'm gonna take care of some stuff off camera. Like turn this off over here.
See everybody.
See, we'll be right back.
Galvatron, our jet's gonna crash into our tank!
No, it's not. They're going to transform into one robot.
Introducing Duocons, Decepticon 2-in-1s. They think they're twice as tough as any Autobot, and maybe they are.
The Transformers.
But they haven't met the Throttlebots yet.
For much more than meets the eye. The Transformers.
Now collect over 50 Transformers decoys free in specially marked packages.
My Super Golden Crisp cereal's the life of this nutritious breakfast. Can't believe there's 8 vitamins hiding in that sweet, crispy wheat. Well, Frankie the Finn and my old pal Sharky. What's up, fellas?
Your time, Sugar Bear. We're cruising for a crunch.
How about a vitamin-packed punch?
Let's get it.
Last flight to the coast. Thanks for the lift, boys. I can't get enough Super Golden Crisp. It's got crunch with punch.
On What's Happening Now, anything can happen.
Looking for something?
And usually does. There's neck twisting, chicken hopping, can exploding fun. There's romance, suspense, chase scenes, scary scenes, and even some cliffhangers.
Sounds like the good old days to me.
Don't miss What's Happening Now.
Saturday at 7:30 on TV 33.
And
we now return to the...
We now return to the Group Therapy Podcast, already in progress. So, you're going to do the like...
It's sort of like a... The backstory is that years upon years ago, there's a... Specifically back in the... Right around the 30s, the 20s, that kind of era, there's a... mining town out in the middle of like nowhere, Tennessee. Just sitting out there up by a mountain, just like pretty. And then one day it just kind of disappears. Our characters are a documentary film crew that have come to this village. They will discover things. They will discover conspiracies. It'll take them, if they so wish, these conspiracies will take them not just through this town, but throughout the whole country, as they discover things, as they discover ancient artifacts and terrifying creatures, and of all sorts. One thing I will spoil about this is that there's got to be a lot of... Is that, it's going to be like it's just this sort of, I'm not sure what to call it, because it's not really like a virus or like an infection of sorts, but it's like a corruption. And like, it doesn't just affect people, but it also affects the wildlife, but affects wildlife like differently compared to everything else. like
It's like Annihilation.
a what?
Have you seen Annihilation yet?
Nope.
No, you need to watch Annihilation.
But like an idea I came up with is what happens when something as simple as like earthworms are affected by this corruption. They become like leeches, but like worse, where they just like and these just rapidly eat you.
You ever seen the movie Squirm?
Oh no. Oh no, these ideas, they're not mine. There's nothing original.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I wrote an entire script for a movie, and then I was flipping through Amazon Prime one night, right around the time quarantine hit. I was hoping to shoot this movie during the summer of last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I had it all written, all ready to go, and then I watched a movie, or found a movie that was almost exactly the same. I was like, oh, shit can the entire thing.
No.
So and now all it is right now is it's a bunch of I took most of the script, threw it away. I kept a couple of the characters, and I have some
use them for something else.
Yeah, I got some of the plots. Yeah, that's about it. So,
but they don't just eat. They also live inside things.
Mm.
An idea for like a fight I had is like there's a walking around hazmat suit.
Mm.
You know, think someone's in it, but it's, you know, kind of walking a little funky, and like the hazmat suit is just filled with the worm, like the worms, like this, just like you see it through like the little hazmat glass. It's just like shh, and it's just like a hive mind just walking this thing around, and it's just like another idea. Another idea is an idea I've had for a monster for a really, really, really long time. Since I was like a little tiny Brandon. But it's like essentially it's like inspired by the Jersey Devil legend.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like the monstrous like bat creature kind of thing. That like, it's not like, it's like the bat like just stretched. Just like, rather than like grow traditionally like something out of Parasite Eve.
Yeah.
Speaking of Parasite Eve, like that's a big inspiration for like this idea I've had. Mm-hmm. But Parasite Eve is a game that traumatized both me and Joe with that first transformation cutscene in the game with the rat. You know, you remember the rat comes along and then it just like
Yep.
That Joe still talks about that, and this is how it still freaks him out a bit to this day. That is an effective scene.
There's a lot of good stuff out there from that should be.
Play Parasite Eve.
Yep.
Play it.
Parasite Eve. So, but I've been wanting to do that. We're going to run an adventure, but I also, this is going to be bad, is I want to start filming us playing some board games and stuff like that. I just got Marvel Smash Up. Boom.
You need to invite Mr. Patrizio, the king of Smash Up.
Yeah, Mr. Patrizio got one of these at the shop too, so we got that. So we're going to be running some Marvel Smash Up along with regular Smash Up, and
we need to play some Eldritch Horror sometime.
No. We're going to play. That's right, maybe the best game ever, coming soon. All right, boom. War versus Time. The collectible, or the
deck building
game. So I haven't even got to play this at all, but maybe we'll sit down, I'll record it. Only thing is I need 3 people, so that's gonna be fun. So me and your mom will have to get somebody else. So anybody wants to play some War versus Time with us, let us know, and we can play some War versus Time. I repeat again, War versus Time. War the game. I want
the official game of the movie.
The official game of the War movie. That one of many games. I need to sit down. I literally have. Goddamn, I've got several games I haven't even had time to play. I keep buying new board games and not even have time to play them. Like we still got the Scooby Doo Betrayal at at Mystery Mansion, which is the Betrayal at the House on the Hill, but with Scooby Doo. And then we have the other Scooby Doo game that's like the one you have to play it once through, and then you got to get the next one.
Then you get Betrayal Baldur's Gate, which
Yeah,
is
we got
Betrayal, but in
but in Baldur's Gate is in D&D. So, and we always got all the Smash Up games. So, yeah, I'm always on. We've been wanting to play some games, but the problem is that with quarantine and stuff like that, people don't really want to go over to other people's houses a whole lot. So,
which is entirely fair.
Yeah, I was planning on doing a couple things. I was supposed to be doing a Zoom interview tonight, but our internet's been running like shit tonight, and I don't know if it's because of maybe because of the weather. Check local listings for your shitty weather.
Could be because Vincent has to have like 4 things streaming at once. He has to have his tablet, the TV, another TV.
He got the computer. He'll come in here, turn the computer on, turn it on YouTube, start running a video, pause it, and then leave. And then shut it off. So it's paused.
But it's still technically loading.
But technically, yeah. So I have to go over and unpause it, turn it off, and then go from there. So that's what happens. Everybody should have 4 or 5 kids. As I have 4 or 5. I have
that
4
way
kids.
you too can know suffering.
Yeah, you should have 4 kids and at least one of them with autism, and you'll have real fun.
Then Dad lucked out because I'm pretty sure I am undiagnosed.
Yeah, with Asperger's. They always said you had Asperger's when you were a kid because your obsession with sharks and video games.
Sharks are cool.
Yeah, but sharks are freaking cool. Sharks are awesome. There's
I can still name off like 30 shark facts at any given moment.
Yeah, I remember we couldn't give you enough books on sharks
because I would like read through it like.
I remember, because relatives would get us go get you those little kid books, and you're like, oh, you got that, read, and then you like read it like set in 5 minutes. You read the entire book. So we were buying you these thick ass like science books and stuff on sharks.
I was just like,
and he would just.
I still love sharks. Sharks are cool.
Well, sharks are so freaking amazingly cool. So, every year, Shark Week, gotta watch all this shit on Shark Week. Except for Shark Week ain't as cool as it was because now there's all these. They bring in like
it's a lot of it's reruns.
It's reruns, and then they bring in like guest stars. Like they had the guys from Workaholics.
Who?
Yes, they had the guys from Workaholics on Shark Week, diving with sharks. So. I don't know.
I came here to learn about sharks, not watch these.
If I wanted to watch Workaholics, I'd watch Workaholics. I don't want to watch Workaholics on Shark Week. They also had Shaq on one of them. So
to be fair, I do want to see Shaq fight a shark.
Shaq fight a shark? I want to see zombies fight a shark because I've already seen that once in a movie, and I want to see it happen again.
Yeah,
Zombie.
Yeah. One of the best zombie movies.
Yeah, Zombie 2, actually. It's Zombie here in America, but it's Zombie 2 overseas, because Zombie 1 is Dawn of the Dead overseas, because they cut it and
made it into Zombie.
Yeah, and turned it into Zombie. They took a, 2.5 hour long movie, dropped it in under just under 2 hours, and took all the comedy out of it, and made it a just straight dark horror movie with different music and the whole 9 yards. But that's Zombie overseas. But that's Zombie. So that's what gets confusing. We've gone over this before, but going on European releases of horror movies and what they'll take
we've talked about this 1,000 times.
Yes.
Talking about House,
and Evil Dead, and.
But I think last time we talked about it was at the old house. Surprisingly enough, when we were moving.
Yes, we're talking about La Casa.
Yes,
and,
La Casa, the house.
The demon movies, which I still don't have all of them, but I have several of them, but I don't have the ones when they're listed as demon. Not too long ago I got The Sect and The Church on Blu-ray. So I had The Church on DVD. What are you looking for?
I was looking, just in general, just
looking at the stacks and stacks of movies. Holy crap! All right, so I'm gonna give my review of a couple things that happened this week. WandaVision.
I haven't watched it.
Oh my god.
I don't watch TV.
Yeah, the best thing, Bill came in the shop and he asked me, he's like, he goes, have you seen WandaVision yet? And I'm like, no, not yet. And he goes, no spoilers, and this is going to be the same thing to you, because I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody who hasn't seen the show. I give a month.
Do not spoil.
No spoils. So, but he goes, it took last week's episode and said, hold my beer. And it did. The other show that I am just in love with right now is Resident Alien with Alan Tudyk. And he, yet again, Alan can do nothing bad. I don't think I've ever seen him be bad at anything. You know, from, what, Pirates Steve and freaking Dodgeball to Wash in Firefly and Serenity to the robot in iRobot, to Doom Patrol, to Harley Quinn. He's great, and he is great in this, and I'm not going to give nothing away. It's on Sci-Fi. It's on Wednesdays. DVR it. Watch it. You'll love it. I haven't talked to anybody who says it's bad yet, because it's fun, and it's surprisingly enough, I used to love Sci-Fi Channel. I watched Sci-Fi every day years ago. I go forever without watching Sci-Fi now.
Because it's just like all it does is make shitty movies.
Yeah, it's nothing's good. Anytime they start getting a good show on there, they'll run it for a little while, or they'll cancel it, or they'll just take giant jumps between seasons. So you're like, ah. I mean, I used to love it because, you had Farscape, you had Stargate, you had Battlestar Galactica, you you had all the good stuff on in the mornings, like Sci-Fi Buzz and Anti-Gravity Room. This is going to tell you how long ago that was. Sci-Fi Buzz and Anti-Gravity Room.
I used to watch the ghost shows religiously because they were funny.
Yeah, you had a lot of that stuff on there. So, then it got weird, because then there for a while, WWE was ECW was on Sci-Fi Channel. The zombie, God, one of the worst things ever. Then Sandman comes out and caves his head in. I think that's that guy's one and only.
It's just Sandman mercifully killing the gimmick.
Yeah,
just right then and there.
I think that's that dude's one and only appearance on stage in a ring too. So. I don't know. But Resident Alien, Wednesdays, that shit is funny. It is a great show. And then, like I said, Alan Tudyk can do no wrong. He's up there. He's one of them other guys that is great. He's the best thing about bad movies. Mm-hmm. So he's always good in pretty much everything he does. I wasn't a big fan of iRobot, but him as the robot was pretty good. So... We're going to have to make this list one day. We're going to have the list of people that you put them in a movie to make the movie better. Even if he's the only good thing in a movie, or they're the only good thing in a movie, then it's fine.
What you need to do is you need to take all those people that can make a good movie bad, or bad movie good,
and put them in a movie together.
Yeah, you just take the worst script writer in existence and the worst director in existence. Have them make a movie. Cast the people that can make a bad movie good.
Have a Tommy Wiseau film with...
Hey, do not knock Tommy Wiseau. That's shit's funniest movie I've ever... one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. Well, hi, Mark.
You bull.
Oh, no. You Bull's movies aren't even fun bad. No, they're not even fun bad. They're just bad.
No. There's a couple of them that I think are fun bad. Blood Rain and House of the Dead are fun bad because they're just so. Especially House of the Dead, where they would have.
Is stupid.
The fact that they do the cutaways and then
they'll cut to the
video game footage. Oh my gosh,
which is insane.
That is one of the dumbest things ever, but it makes it so good to watch that stupid ass movie.
It just makes you cackle every time.
Oh man, it does. Well, that's like, I'm not gonna lie. Your mom watches the Masked Dancer, and I watch it with her because I'm a good husband, and that's what you do. But
We talked about that. The only thing I know about the Max Dancer is that they had real life kidnapping victim.
Ashley Tisdale is on there, and every time she talks, all I hear is Candace from Phineas and Ferb. So it took me, because I think they're on like episode 10 or something now. It took me till like episode 7 or 8 not to laugh every time I hear her voice, because I can hear "Mom," the voice. All I can hear in my head is Candace's voice coming out of this woman's head.
Phineas and Ferb, because Vincent watched it religiously for a long time.
You know the worst part about it is we used to watch Phineas and Ferb when I worked at the mall. We would just, because it was fun, we would watch Phineas and Ferb. It's a great cartoon.
Phineas and Ferb still holds up to this day.
Yeah.
Still really good.
Yeah. But we'd watch that out at the mall.
I think one of my favorite jokes is like either the second to last or the last season. And it's like Dr. Doofenshmirtz is flipping out. He's like, "Oh, I'm telling you, Perry the Platypus, the summer just keeps going on and on and on, and it feels like it's been going on for like 4 years."
The best thing I like is now Vince watches Milo Murphy's Law,
which is the sequel series.
Yeah, and it's got reoccurring characters, so it's got Dr. Doofenshmirtz in it
because he is good now.
Yeah, he's
reformed.
Yeah, he's like living with these people, and he built a hamper to, and he was like, "What do you do with it?"
It's a hamperinator.
Hamperinator, yeah. So
he can't just put clothes away.
Yeah, he's got to build a nader.
He's just like, well, I have to bend down and pick it up, and it just seems easier to build something.
Oh my god! So, but
I love. Hey, wait! This is your fault. I'm taking back that high five.
Yep. So what's fun? Like I said, that's hilarious because every time she watches that show, and I still it doesn't. But at least
something in your brain is just like laugh.
Oh yeah. I want to laugh every time I hear her voice. I was like, they should have had Kelly Hu to be her friend because at least she's freaking Candace's best friend on Stacy on I heard her mom's got it going on.
I heard that song come on the radio like a couple weeks back, and I'm like, this song is even funnier than I remember.
Oh my god! Well, it's like
Stacy's mom's still married. This kid's like, I think you got a chance.
Stacy's mom's got it going on. Stacy's mom is Jenny, and her phone number is 8675309, and she was Jesse's girl. So go back to the whole thing. She came out of the 80s.
I love the guy who made, I can't remember who made Jesse's girl.
Rick Springfield?
Yeah, Rick Springfield. He talks about how he himself is based off a real girl, but he does not remember who.
I think, what I think is great, and this is going to go to what we do. Rick Springfield is a massive collector of vintage on-the-card Star Wars figures.
You have a rival.
And I was watching his thing because it was on YouTube.
He has money, but you have tenacity.
He had
salesmanship.
He had just all these cards because he started buying them because he thought they looked cool. He wasn't even into Star Wars. He just liked the figures, and he has all of these this carded Star Wars figures. He's been collecting his entire life, and he's got like this massive collection of carded vintage Star Wars figures.
So what you're saying is we need to plan a heist. He's not going to miss like one or two rare ones.
Yeah. Because he even has like the blue stars and a lot of like the European release and the Brazilian release and stuff like
it's little stealth missions.
We have to sneak in and to break into the Springfield compound and take the Star Wars figures. Be the Ocean's 11 of Star Wars action figure heists. So, let's see what time it is there. Okay, we're getting there. All right. Well, I've been reviewing comic books now for a while. I'm going to do it again.
I'm not doing any reviewing because I don't read comics.
I don't read comic books.
I've been playing video games.
So, oh man, and have you checked out that one I told you to look up, The Shore?
Oh, The Shore. No, not yet.
God,
sorry.
Yeah. I was hoping you would have looked that up before now.
I was busy playing Yakuza 4 all day.
Yakuza.
But I've been playing a game called World of Horror on the subject of Eldritch Horrors and all that. World of Horror is more so based on the works of Junji Ito. It's more Japanese horror. It's a really good game. It's like a video game, like it's an RPG kind of management kind of deal. It's stylized like an old PC Engine game, like a old like something you'd play on your computer back in the day. It's really fun. You can beat it in like a half hour, but it's got a lot of replayability because of like the way the game. There's like a lot of.
You can keep going.
There's like events, like fights and counters. There's you can beat a run in a half hour. Is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
The game itself has a lot of replayability, a lot of different ways, different old gods to go up against.
Cool.
It's really, really, really fun. You can pick it up on Steam. It's like real cheap. It's currently in beta. It's currently a work in progress, but the dev updates it fairly often. There's a lot of mod support too, so you can add even more encounters and whatnot to your game.
Sweet.
It's real cool. It's real fun.
I'm one of the people that I loved Call of Cthulhu for the Xbox. I played the shit out of that.
That game, it's very clearly a budget title. But whoever made it, that was their baby.
Mm-hmm.
It is not a money job by any means. Joe and I still to this day will like reference the fact that Jack, the player character, will like narrates everything. Joe and I will just be like, the door's bolted shut. It's locked. And we'll just do that.
I love it. I need to get the updated version of it.
The thing is there is no updated version of it. The Call of Cthulhu game you're thinking of is a completely separate, completely different game.
I thought that was I thought they did an update, like
nope.
a HD.
Nope.
No shit. No, they didn't. Sweet.
No, they did not.
So then that's just a whole new game then.
Yep. I hear it has its own weird issues, but it's very strange. That game was wrenched from the original developers and they're working on their own game, and there's this whole weird fiasco with it, and I was thinking about getting the game, but this whole fiasco makes it like I don't want to get the game because it's just feels you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the case, play the Call of Cthulhu Classic is what I'll call it.
Mm-hmm.
For it really released on PC and Xbox, original Xbox. It feels like the original Xbox version is a little more stable than the PC version, but the PC version is a bit more modular. Honestly, I think one of my favorite bits from the but I don't want to spoil it. One thing I will say is that Jack's constant narration is actually meant to be a reference to the tabletop game, because the fact that he constantly narrates is meant to be the GM narrating to the player.
Yeah, and that's what this is. This is a video game version.
It's a first-person stealth action. I think that's a fly.
This is not. It's based.
First-person stealth action. There's no RPG elements, so if you're coming in wanting an RPG, there's it's a straightforward game, but there's puzzle solving. There's it has a really cool healing system where it's Jack receives wounds on his body, and you need certain types of healing items to heal certain kinds of wounds.
Yeah.
You can get a morphine injection to briefly ignore the effects of those wounds, but it lowers your sanity. And
everything lowers your sanity if you're playing a Call of Cthulhu game.
But you know what? I will spoil it. One of my favorite bits in the game.
Well, it's literally almost a 20-year-old game.
Not quite 20 years old. I think it came out mid-2000s, not early 2000s.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm just saying is
Yeah, it's
nearly
more closer to 15 years
It's
old.
15.
Probably.
Yeah, if you haven't played a 15-year-old game, then
still, if someone wants to pick it up, I still want a spoiler alert.
And the thing is, though, is I'm not gonna lie
Skip
to
a
you.
little
That
bit.
is a pricey game to purchase.
There's no shame in picking up like a. The devs aren't making. I'm pretty sure the devs are long gone at this point. You're not hurting anybody if you pirate it. You're not hurting anybody.
And I got a
off
few through the shop, and I've even sold the disc only copies for like $30-$35. So, yeah.
I was like,
it's not.
There's no one's hurting if you pirate it. But I want to bring up is that there's a bit later in the game. Early in the game. It's called Call of Cthulhu, but it's sort of like a blend of like different Lovecraft stories. But
Because there's Shadow over Innsmouth in there, and
right after the intro of the game is Shadow over Innsmouth, because your main character shows up in Innsmouth. He goes around investigating.
There's even a scene with the door where you gotta unbolt the.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite bits of the game because like you're like bolt door, run, bolt, like you're pushing like bookshelves out of the way. It's an incredible moment. But there's a bit in the game where Jack's going around investigating and he comes across a guy's house and a guy like lets him in. He's like talking, and they're like, "Hey,
I was like, cat,
quit scratching."
Sorry. Our cat's being an asshole, scratching the couch.
There's a bit really early in the game where you come across a guy and he's, he talks about his wife, his daughter's sitting in the living room. His little girl daughter is sitting in the living room, coloring. She's got some weird pictures. One of them is clearly, fish monster, and it's labeled mom. And he's just like, if you know anything about Cthulhu mythos, you know what's going on. You're just like, Jack wanders around. He comes across a weird bolted door. That's the
elder sign and
the elder sign protects.
Yeah, and a page from the Necronomicon.
The elder sign protects from evil.
Yep.
That's there to keep.
That's there to keep that from making you mad.
Yeah.
So.
It's also there to keep his arm from suddenly just becoming like
giant tentacle monster, and I kill people.
Yeah.
So.
But anyway, you come across like a big steel door up on the upper floors. Jack investigates it. Something hits it, and then out of nowhere, it just tears through that door. Jack doesn't even open it. Like the fish person just like tears through it, throws him aside. You hear a scream. You run downstairs. The little girl is dead, like on screen. It's pretty shocking, and you're just like, whoa, I can't believe this game just did that.
It's definitely an M game for violence and stuff.
And then the cops come in and immediately arrest the dad. Like, he had to have done it. And then you're just like, what? But anyway, later in the game, you're running along. There's after the Innsmouth chase, you're in the sewers, and you're sneaking through the sewers. You run along, and then you just see someone, like, you come across, like, a little passageway, like a little cross junction, and in between you just see someone run along. First time I was playing, I was like, what? Who is that? So, as a player, you're going to want to follow that. So I go over. It's the dead little girl. And then I take it, like, Jack takes a sanity hit, and it was just like, well, now that actually spooked me a bit, because I didn't see it coming.
I wanted to see we were supposed to get a Call of Cthulhu game for the VR, and I don't know whatever happened to that.
I don't know. The estate is notoriously stingy.
Well, the thing is that a lot of the stories are in public domain,
but what's not in public domain, they hold on to like a death grip. So, and that's why it's so hard to get the actual Call of Cthulhu branding.
Well, Chaosium and Arkham House has the actual stuff.
It's really hard to. I'm pretty sure it's really hard to actually label your stuff as Lovecraftian.
No, it's easy to do Lovecraft because I got a stack of books over there that are
that's fair.
That are Lovecraftian books written by different people and stuff like that. So, all right. Well, we're going to go to a break, and when we come back, I'm going to do some comic book reviews.
Actually. We're getting pretty late, and I should be.
Well, we're gonna finish this up, but
Well, if you're
all
going
right.
to be doing comic book,
well, we do the end.
Yeah.
So, hold on a second. So, all right. Well, we'll be back in just a moment.
It's new Kool-Aid coolers with 20% juice. You can chill it, spill it, splash it cooler. Sing it, flip it, flash it cooler. Icy fruity, super juicy. Kool-Aid coolers make it cooler. Rock it, roll it, rack it cooler. Snack it, six-pack it, attack it cooler. Icy fruity, super juicy with 20% juice. Kool-Aid coolers make it cooler.
Hey kids, is your afternoon kind of boring? Well, let the Funshine Festival put a zing into it. Starting at 2, it's the heroes you can trust, the Super Friends. At 2:30, they're a gang of cosmic cowboys ready for any laser draw. They're the Galaxy Rangers. Then 33's resident Fat Cat hits us for fun and mischief. At 3, it's Heathcliff.
Thanks, guys.
Join the afternoon Funshine because TV 33 loves kids.
He's getting mean. He's breaking the line for the G.I. Joe team.
That's right, it's William the Refrigerator Perry.
The bridge is joined G.I. Joe.
And you can get a free fridge. Here's how.
Collect 5 fridge certificates or call the number on the certificate and the fridge will tell you how to get in on the action. With only 4 certificates, there's a $1 handling charge. See details on specially marked G.I. Joe packages.
Watch out, Cobra. Fridge is coming through.
Go, Joe.
Listen, guys, the afternoon stretch on 33's Funshine Festival is just fantastic. First, do you need any ghosts taken care of? If you do, the Ghostbusters are on the job at 3:30. Then Flash Gordon and buddies are here at 4. They're on guard in Defenders of the Earth. With an arsenal to go, these guys are all over the place. At 4:30, go with the Centurions. Come on, the afternoons are a blast on the Funshine Festival. And remember, 33 loves kids.
Hey, we're back. Brandon's just going to kind of hang out because he ain't read any of these books, but I can hand them off to him and go, hey, look at this. This book's pretty. So,
Like this one.
Right now, we're going to do...
That's cool looking.
That one is pretty cool.
I haven't read that one, but it looks cool.
This is for... These books will be the Future State that drop on Wednesday. That is your Future State Justice League issue 2.
Books from the future.
From the future is one of the nice things about owning your own bookstore. You get your shit before. I was thoroughly impressed with this with what they did with the Future State Justice League. It's not 100% because it's actually like the first and second issues, like the origin of the Justice League. They'd been around a little while, but they weren't friends yet or none of that stuff. I am impressed with what they're doing. I don't know what they're going to do with this after Future State because literally that's the end of that. But we can all agree, Future State, Robin Eternal, Tim Drake Robin is best Robin. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Not wrong. Tim Drake Robin is best Robin. And this is the future take on the Tim Drake Robin. And it is pretty damn good. That is both covers. I'm giving you these quick little things because, like I said, I hate doing spoilers because I don't want to give you every little bit of what's going on.
I mean, these books literally haven't came out yet.
No,
like,
that and
just showing off the covers.
Yeah, I'm showing off the covers, telling you which ones to read and which ones not to read. So far, I don't think this week there was any that I read that I would say don't read. Superman, Wonder Woman. I'm not gonna lie, this one's a bit disappointing. I like where they're going with it, but it seems like there should be more. And given the fact that this Future State, this is issue 2 and it's done, you don't really, you kind of wish you had more background on the relationship with the new Wonder Woman and Superboy, or Superman, who's John Kent, who is Superboy now, in the future he's Superman. But
and we got
and then we got Future State Teen Titans. That is the second print of issue 1.
The way that's stylized.
Yeah.
Is that Deathstroke the Nightwing?
No, that's Nightwing wearing a Deathstroke type mask.
So it's Deathstroke the Nightwing.
But this is what I love.
Red X.
They made Red X canon. He is now canon. I dig what they did with this book. You know, and the fact is, I'm not going to give a whole lot away.
You shouldn't be giving anything away.
I'm trying not to give anything away. I've always been a fan of Dial H for Hero. They really use that, and they finally do something that they probably should have done with Dial H a long time ago. But I'm not going to lie, because there's a joke in here, and this doesn't give anything away, but it's from the cover of the last issue with Deathwing. It goes, "Oh, what do you wear, Deathwing?" He goes, "I think he would have been Dick Stroke." Oh,
Dick Stroke. Oh,
yeah. But that's good. And that was one and done. Hi, Maze. So my cat's up here hanging out. Not gonna lie, Rorschach. This isn't Future State, but I just thought, I think I expected
everything post Watchmen that's Watchmen related sucks.
Doomsday Clock wasn't bad. This one is just weird. I thought it was going to be something it completely was not. That's all of the books I've read. Ship dropping this week is Green Lantern Season 2, Issue 11.
What you up to, Putty Tat?
Yeah, she's over
Get
there
off
talking.
the-
Kara Zor-El, Superwoman. Haven't read that yet. I wasn't a big fan of the first issue, so we'll see how the second issue goes. But Green Lantern issue 2, you can't go wrong with these Green Lantern books. That first issue was really good. Now we're gonna see what this one takes me. I'm gonna read that probably shortly after I get done with this here podcast. And Dark Detective number 3. This is might be, I don't know, this might be my favorite of the Future State books so far. I love taking Batman down to his core. You know, he doesn't have any gadgets. He's street level. I'm digging that right now. But that's all for next week's DCs that I have. There will be more. That's just what I order personally for myself. But this week, I got to give a shout out to 3 books that I have got to say warrant me talking more about them. Deep Beyond. We were just talking about Lovecraftian stuff. Look at that big, giant, weird-looking hammer-headed tentacle monster right there. It takes place in the future where, like, everybody is sick. Like, this infection is really common, and it is mutating. It's the first issue, so it doesn't give much of anything away. Like, literally, this monster does not appear in the book. You don't even get
spoiled.
Yeah. So I hate that when they put stuff on the cover that doesn't. I mean, here's the Peach Momoko Virgin variant cover. There you go. So for people who this book had a shit ton of variant covers, by the way. The other one I need to go on is from Boom. Spectre Inspectors. This is a supernatural team, supernatural like ghost hunting team, and they've basically been going around and nothing's been happening, and they're all kind of starting the team's kind of starting to turn on each other because literally nothing's happening, and then everything happens. I'm not going to give anything away with this one because this book is, I think this one's going to be hot. I really do. This book and the next book, I think, are going to be stupid hot real soon. That one is great. Then Maniac of New York. This one is
have anything to do with the Maniac movies?
No. There's a I'm going to show you one quick picture here.
Spoilers.
So if you don't want to see this, don't see it. Turn it off. And 1, 2, 3. There it is. There is a killer in New York, and he murders people on New Year's Eve. They get cell phone footage of him, And then it jumps to modern day where no one has, because that takes place in 2017, and then it jumps to current time, and he's still out there. No one's captured him, but he's kind of elusive. He's gone underground, and I really think this book's going to be something, because this first issue is a little slow because they got to set up all the characters and all the everything. But I think after that, it's going to be huge. So here's just some of the stuff that's come out this week. In other words, X Factor number 7, Black Knight, King of Black number 1. That's pretty good. We'll see how that one goes. Marvel Star Wars number 11. Hellions. They actually were able to make Mastermind a viable villain again. Marauders, King of Black. I don't even know why this is a King of Black crossover. They do very, very little crossing over with the King of Black. I'll just give you a heads up on that one. Strange Academy is doing what I thought the last couple months should have done with that book. Star Wars, The High Republic. The Adventures from IDW, and Star Wars The High Republic, the regular book from Marvel. I'm actually I'm preferring the Adventures from IDW so far, but the second issue is better than the first issue. The Samaritan, The Frost Giant's Daughter, Blaze Comics reprints. I guess these are reprints of a French comic, but for Conan. They can't call it Conan because Conan's through Marvel, but these are the public domain stories. And the Frost Giant's Daughters are phenomenal. The artwork is insane on the inside. Let's see if I can show you a picture without giving a whole lot of it away. No. Pretty much everything gives away too much of the story. So, but yeah, believe me, story's good. Walking Dead Deluxe. They're just the color reprints of The Walking Dead. The Legend of Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu. Can't go wrong with Shang-Chi. And I like what they're doing with him. They're making, something I never thought they'd be able to do. They're putting him into a bigger role in the Marvel universe. I mean, he was always a low-level spy guy. Now they're putting him on bigger adventures. One of the biggest disappointments I've had for a long time, that is G.I. Joe Snake Eyes Dead Game with Rob Liefeld artwork. That is just a horrible looking Snake Eyes. I get it because I collect G.I. Joe stuff, so it is what it is. I kind of figured it wouldn't be. Gwenom versus Carnage, which we talked about earlier. Immortal Hulk that we talked about earlier. Immortal Hulk. Some old books that I got sitting on the pile. Avengers, the Enter the Phoenix. This is great. It kind of goes back to like the old Champions of Contest of Champions storylines where they're fighting to see who's the best. Venom. I did not want to like what's this whole King of Black and the current run of Venom, but here we are. This book's actually been pretty good. The second print of Spider-Man 55 with the red cover outside the white, and then shipped this week was the Last Ronin. I want to say third print. I believe it's the third print because I need my glasses. Yeah, third printing of Last Ronin. So hopefully we'll be getting the second issue of that pretty soon because I've gotten 3 printings of the first issue. So, but I'm loving that book, but we'll see because there needs to be more issues for me to love. That makes all right. So we gave you those reviews and everything, and also I want to put this out there right now. We are doing we're going to be doing a contest. We're giving away 2 books. I'm giving away the deluxe trade paperback foil cover for DC's Metal to YouTube when we hit 100 subscribers, we'll be giving that away to one subscriber, and I'll be shipping it out to you. And then for Podbean, we're trying to get 100 subscribers. We're giving away a copy of DC's Road to DC's Metal. We're going to be giving those away when we hit 100 subscribers. We're going to pick one random person and ship it off to them. So, tell your friends, tell your buddies. If you're listening to this podcast, please like and subscribe. And hopefully what we're going to do is every time we hit another benchmark, we're going to give something away. So we're getting really close to 5,000 downloads for the podcast on Podbean. The YouTube are getting more. We're not great, but people are watching us, so that's always awesome. We're getting a little more feedback now. So as always, and if you tell us what you like, what you don't like, if you just want to get on there and go, you guys suck, whatever, tell us that, yeah, hey, that was not good, that was boring, whatever. We'll try to fix it and replace it, and hopefully I'm going to do some stuff since we got the new camera set up, got the new software and everything now, and hopefully with the internet running better, weather provided, whatever, I'm going to start doing cartoon reviews hopefully as soon as next week. And hopefully as soon as next week I will have another interview lined up. So fingers crossed that we can get some cool stuff going there. But as always, I need you to like and subscribe on YouTube. Like and subscribe on Podbean. And now we're on pretty much, I think, every freaking podcast out there except for I think like Deezer. I mean, we're on Spotify, we're on TuneIn, we're on Pandora, we're on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, you name it, we're there. It's nice because you can actually walk up to your Alexa and tell your Alexa to listen to Group Therapy TV on TuneIn, and it will play us. So you can listen to our happy voices on your devices, and we can put us on a phone app. You can listen to us on your phone. You can watch us on your computer. You can watch us on your TV if you got a Roku. We are everywhere. So, as Brandon's sitting over there reading The Last Ronin, and we're going to wrap it up for the night, and we're going to say goodnight. So I am Paul.
I'm Brandon. Sorry.
And we're not licensed therapists. As Brandon is really into Last Ronin, which I don't blame him. That book's good. But we're just going to say adios for now. Later. Good night.